woman who was once poised to change the world. She was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. Wired called her work mind-blowing.
The epic rise and downfall of disgraced Theranos founder Elizabeth Holmes has come to an end. The former CEO reported to a federal prison today for defrauding investors out of hundreds of millions of dollars.
They fooled the investors, they fooled patients, they fooled doctors.
Back in 2014, Elizabeth Holmes, aged 30 at the time, was riding high. Despite dropping out of Stanford University, she had established a company with a staggering $9 billion valuation, all based on the promise of revolutionizing disease diagnosis.
And we'd like to see a world in which every person gets access to this type of basic testing.
Holmes, a former Stanford student who left the university before completing her degree, secured substantial funding from private investors. She also recruited influential political figures and business leaders to serve on its board of directors. Theranos claimed that its Edison test could rapidly detect conditions like cancer and diabetes using just a few blood drops, eliminating the need for needles. However, as 2015 unfolded, the situation started to unravel, and within a year, Holmes' true nature was revealed as a fraud. The technology she had boasted about turned out to be entirely non-functional, and by 2018, the company she had established had disintegrated. Examinations revealed that the technology didn't perform as advertised, and the company relied on conventional third-party machines for a significant portion of its blood testing. Theranos eventually closed its doors in 2018, and Holmes was convicted of deceiving investors, resulting in an 11-year prison sentence.
You can run a $50 billion Ponzi scheme and not have anybody else know about it.
$65 billion fraud that left thousands of victims financially shattered.
Among the list of swindlers, Bernie Madoff stands out as one of the most deceitful. For years, he enjoyed a reputation as an investment sage, having served as the chairman of NASDAQ in the early 1990s. Both ordinary retirees and celebrities like Steven Spielberg entrusted their investments to him, anticipating the high annual returns he had pledged. However, when the financial crisis of 2008 prompted investors to seek withdrawals, Madoff was unable to meet their demands.
He told senior employees yesterday that his business was a giant Ponzi scheme.
It was later revealed that Madoff had been using funds from new investors to pay off existing ones, resulting in the loss of almost $18 billion of investor capital. He was sentenced, a 150-year prison sentence for committing 11 federal felonies, leading to the misappropriation of approximately $68 million. He remained in prison until he died in 2021.
Enron filed for bankruptcy December 2nd, 2001.
Known as one of the largest corporate scandals in U.S. history.
CEO Jeff Skilling, seen here, and more than a dozen others were convicted of lying to investors about the energy company's financial health.
The Enron bankruptcy remains one of the most astounding financial collapses in American history. Initially, Enron operated as a Texas-based power company, but its offerings expanded to include services like internet connections. By January 1998, the company's stock had surged, doubling to $95 per share, greatly enriching its leadership.
They had created numerous off-balance sheet type of entities that investors were not aware of to hide poor results from investors.
The profits, rooted in deceptive accounting methods, aimed to create a facade of success for the company, all the while it was actually incurring losses. Enron's eventual revelation in 2001 that its earnings were hundreds of millions of dollars less than previously reported led to the bankruptcy, stemming from flawed accounting practices. The revelation of this issue sent Enron's stock prices tumbling, resulting in a sudden $78 billion economic loss and the incarceration of 16 Enron executives. Enron's CEO, Jeff Skilling, received a 24-year sentence in a white-collar prison.